It's crazy. Like content lead you can use in ChatGPT and it just shows up in ChatGPT. It's amazing. Um, I mean, AI voice. I mean, we've got, I think, one of the most advanced AI voice applications out there, probably anywhere right now, like built on top of 11 Labs and a few other Twilio and a few other technologies. Like, this is just in 1 year. It's just insane, absolutely insane. And that's how I think you and I can talk with a little bit of authority. We have like a lot of backing, like because we're actually doing it. Like we can see it because we're actually doing it. It's so funny. Like when I go on YouTube and there's quite a lot of like famous AI people now who say, Gemini comes out and they're like, Gemini just kills 1,000 startups or something. They just clickbait things. But like I don't think they've actually built anything meaningful. Like they're just sort of like, they're just sort of the newscaster of the AI age. But I think we have a bit more depth. It might not get as many clicks, but it feels like we have a lot more depth because we're actually like right in the weeds of doing actual real stuff.
Yeah, it's funny because the only stuff I watch on YouTube now is the people who are actually building things.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why I like Nate Jones so much because he both has the big picture sense, but he also and he gets in it, and the stuff he builds is like the skills he's building are way better than the ones I'm building.
right,
It's like
right.
his PowerPoint stuff is just lights out, and yeah, I'm
Mm,
learning a lot from somebody who can build at that level, and
mm,
but again, it all comes back to doing. It's like taking
yeah,
apart what somebody's built and saying, how did they make theirs so much better than mine?
yeah, yeah.
And we're using the same tools.
Mm,
And
mm,
then you can really see the difference where the human skill matters.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I am this close to starting a new YouTube channel called Full Stack AI. I've been thinking about it for a couple of months now, and I didn't really want to get back into the content creation game, but I'm just so close. I'm so close to doing it because I just need to find the right format. I need to find the right format because I don't think anyone wants to sit through 2 hours of me developing with AI
no.
and yelling at AI and getting annoyed and then having some progress. But I think there is something there for like what you can do at the edge of these tools. But I'm just trying to think how you'd sort of wrap it up. Like Nate Jones has a really good format, but in a lot of cases he's sort of he's ideating, and I kind of maybe want to just show something like more tangible. And so maybe it's like maybe the idea is that you need to film yourself for a couple of months and then you sort of mash it all together at the end on specific projects or something. Like you actually have to do some quite heavy duty um film editing or video editing of like lots of different things. I mean, some people do this. Some people do this. Like, Mark Rober might do a project for a month or something or a couple of weeks, and he'll sort of mash it all together. Maybe
Yeah,
that is.
the other thing that that I would tell you is the Gemini Ultra version has some expanded capabilities, even into things like Notebook LM.
Yeah,
And what you can do in terms of just throwing some really high level stuff in Notebook LM and saying, make me a 5 minute clip on how to do this precise, really specific, difficult thing. It'll do it.
mm,
And the visuals are getting really good. The voice is great. And so in a sense, it's I've kind of got my own custom YouTube channel that makes me videos for the stuff I need to know.
mm.
And
Yeah.
that
Do you
that
still
is
post on? Do you still post on your YouTube channel?
I have never been that. I mean, here's not the way to sell subscriptions on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Um, I often don't even bother putting my LinkedIn videos onto my YouTube channel. I
Right.
should, and I think what I was thinking about is building a skill that'll do it for me.
I actually, I would not be surprised in the next 10 to 20 years that these big tech companies become like energy companies, like energy providers. Because if you think about it, they need so much energy. And energy used to be funded by, governments, local governments. But those local governments and governments are not going to benefit from well, maybe they would, but they're not going to develop the energy fast enough, I don't think, for what they need. And so I wouldn't be surprised if these big tech companies actually become energy companies. They become energy suppliers to America, to the globe. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised because
You want to hear crazy thing about that.
yeah.
The first job I had, my graduate school internship, was with a the trade organization for the electric power companies in the U.S.
Hmm.
And at the time we were working on the project I worked on summer was it was called wheeling regulations. And what
Hmm.
it was the power generators would have the ability to sell their power back to the grid. And so, you know, I haven't worked in that area in, 40 years, but I know the wheeling stuff happens all the time here, and that there's constantly you're a power consumer, but you can also the next day turn around and be a power producer if your consumption is higher
Hmm.
than your intake, or your production is higher than your consumption. I would bet. My guess is right now that they're running at a negative for most of them. That their consumption is much higher than their production, but I
Hmm.
think you're right. I think it'll probably get to a point where these data companies have um kind of peak load covered, and so in non-peak load I'll bet they sell it back to the grid. I think you're right.
Yeah. And I just think they're going to be the only ones with the money to actually spend on energy. I mean, they are, well, they already are. They they already could buy basically any industry right now. Like they're so big. And I think energy is just a natural extension for them. They need it.
Yeah.
The world can do with unlimited energy. So like there's almost unlimited demand in there. So I sometimes because you do hear a lot of pushback regarding AI sucks up a lot of energy. My take on that is yes, it does, and it would be horrific if consumer prices did elevate significantly because of that. But I do believe that it will encourage the production of more energy plants and energy providers, right? Which is a positive thing, which is a real positive thing because I mean, you hear a lot, particularly in the States, because it's well studied. Like it's notorious for like low investment in this area over the last like few decades. So I think it's like overall long term going to be quite a positive thing.
Well, one of the things too that you have to take into account is that cost per token has fallen incredibly. I remember that Mary
Yeah.
Meeker report earlier in the year. Let me see.
The other interesting thing I heard on a podcast today is that Anthropic and Microsoft have done a deal for like for $30 billion of Azure credits or something over the next 5 years. So Microsoft are now basically in partnership with everyone, I think.
Yeah. That's a smart way to be, because it's like
Totally. Totally.
everybody's doing, something that okay, so here we go. This isn't the one I was thinking of, but let me just share screen real quick.
As the cost per token has gone down, the demand
Plummeted.
has gone up more, as much, like or more. I don't you need to
And you just look at that. In the last 18 months, flagship model prices have reduced by 97% cost per
in
million
the last
tokens.
18 months. Wow.
Yeah.
God, it's even
And
just 18 months ago is just feels so far away. It just honestly
yeah,
feels
it
so
might
far
as well
away.
be
I mean,
18 years.
yeah, we were using GPT 3.5 back then, maybe. I don't know. What were we? Or was it four? Was it
Oh,
four?
yeah. Yeah. So, you look at this and it's like the, you know, the usage is going through the roof, but the costs are, at the same time, falling through the floor.
Yeah.
So, kind of which one races to the end first?